Hey, welcome back. It's really good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Today I'm going to redo my kitchen. I thought maybe you might want to come along with me. So the first thing I did was start taking down all of my plates and bowls and cups and my little appliances and things like that and taking them into the dining room and stacking them up. I would just like to state right now that Vince and I are not professionals. We have very basic knowledge of home repair and improvement. It's not something that either one of us are a professional with, but we do like to do it. So let me tell you just a little bit about my kitchen. This used to be a laundry room. When we very first bought the house, it was a laundry room. And we wanted a dining room. So we transformed this into a kitchen. Vincent moved the gas line, he moved the water lines, he swapped out all of the electrical wires that went through the walls and all of the outlets. And they were just a little aged and dated. There was really no like electrical problems in here or anything, but he wanted it to be more up to code. So that's what he did. He also custom built my counter. The countertop we bought, of course, we had it ordered. We ordered it. But the bottom he built himself. I got inspiration from a picture on Google that I really like, and I showed it to him, and he built that out for me. I think it's beautiful. I just love it. I love the black steel. It's all steel. It's not wood. It's all made out of steel, so it's very heavy. So it can also work as like a storm shelter. Anyway, he did all of this. Now, let me just tell you, my husband is a genius when it comes to working with angles or numbers. He can see he can see angles and things that most of us, I mean, there might be a few, but most of us don't normally see. So anyway, he built those out for me, and I just really love them. They are not in here permanently. They're not like screwed down to the floor or anything, so they can be removed. And then up here, I don't really care for the upper cabinets. I rather have the open shelf concept, and it kind of went along with the picture that I found on Google, like I said, that I used for inspiration. And these are really cool. These are little pipes that we found. We found them at Menards, and they're made to hold shelving. And so that's what he did. He put those up. But he wants to straighten them out. One of them came out just a little bit off. I don't know which one it is. I don't see it, but he does because that's the kind of stuff he sees. So he wants to redo that. And then my curtain rods, they're little pipes as well. They kind of go with the pipes that hold up the count or the shelving. One of the big projects I have in here is this beam right here. When we redid the kitchen the first time, Vincent noticed that that this wall was actually an exterior wall. And an exterior wall, if you don't know, is a load bearing wall. So what they've done is they just added this room on to an existing exterior wall at some point. And there was no it's a load bearing wall, which means that the weight of the roof is transferred onto this wall, and it's basically holding, part of what holds up your roof. So he went downstairs in the basement to see what was actually holding this wall up, and there was nothing underneath of it. So he got a steel pipe and put it under this wall to hold it up from the bottom. And then he also put this brace in to hold it up from the top. So now the weight of the roof is being transferred the way that it's supposed to be. Don't ask me the mechanics of it. I have no clue. I just know what he did. And now I have to fill in all these bolt holes, sand the rest of that white paint off, and I'm not really sure what to do with it. If you have any ideas, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. I would love to hear some suggestions and ideas because different minds can be so crafty. You guys might come up with an idea that I never even thought of. I've got a few ideas what I might do, but I'm not really sure. Just for right now, I'm kind of going to leave it, except for to fill in the holes and sand it down. So please feel free to leave a comment down below what, a suggestion. Here, I'll show you the whole wall. Excuse the mess, guys. I'm remodeling a bunch of stuff. So that's the pantry, and I have pantry doors that will go back up when I get them done. And then this is the entranceway to the kitchen. So there's the whole wall. If you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them down below. I would love to hear them. The first project that we're going to do is take these shelves down and paint. Just really quickly, I just want to say I did not realize that I could record in time lapse. So half of this video, the first half of it is just sped up in editing, and the other half is done with time lapse. Jada is the one who showed me how to do it in time lapse, and I'm really grateful to her. She helps me out a lot with this kind of stuff. She did not realize that I didn't know. So thanks to Jada. Woo woo. Originally, this project I thought was only going to take just a couple of days. I started on a Monday, and I thought I'd be done by like Wednesday evening or so. But no, it ended up taking all the way from Monday till Saturday night. So I'm just taking out the pipes here, and the shelving that we have, like for our shelves for the dishes, and then the shelves I have on my counter below, all of that will eventually be replaced. We have wood that we're going to use, but I need to stain it all. It's going to match the wood trim that we're going to put in. That's also got to be stained. So that's a whole nother project in itself, and I just haven't had time to do it yet. So eventually all that will be swapped out. I'm just making sure I get everything out of the kitchen. That way I can work on these walls. Whoever hung the drywall before, they didn't do a very good job. There's lots of dips and places where, oh, kitty time. Little Thunder, he has to be with me everywhere I go. But there's lots of dips and where they tried to put two pieces of drywall together, then there's like gaps, and like one sticks out a little more than the other. There's nail heads coming out in the ceiling, and Vince and I talked, and eventually we're just gonna have to completely rip all the drywall out and redo it, because like this wall here that I'm working on, it's also part of an exterior wall, or it used to be, and so it's kind of wavy, and it's just, it just wasn't a very good job. And so I'm trying to really put a little more time into it than this time. I didn't the first time. I just kind of threw everything in there and slapped some paint on the walls, and there you go. We were on a bit of a tight budget, so we just got the countertop and the floors, and just some trim and shelving that we could afford at that time, with the intentions of redoing it like we are now. So this time I'm just trying to really take my time and just make it look a little bit better. And that added a lot of time onto my project. I didn't realize how much time it was going to add. Now I'm just sanding everything down. And there goes Daniel. My granddaughter's birthday party is on Sunday, the Sunday of this week, that week that I'm working on the walls. And so I'm kind of on a time limit because Saturday is my niece's wedding that I have to go to. And I promised her I would cook my Mexican rice for her. So I'm really crunched for time, and I'm just really working my butt off, and a lot more holes than what I thought. And now I'm just kind of cleaning everything off, making sure all the dust is down, so that way the paint sticks when I finally paint. I'm always a little nervous getting up real high on the ladder. Oh, there's my little Thunder kitty just hanging out. And this is what I used to clean with. Made my kitchen smell so good. And I'm doing all the trim in black. I really like black. Black is one of my favorite colors. And this is a really pretty shiny black. And I feel like it goes really well with the shiplap that's on the wall. Right there, I ordered that contact paper from Amazon. And so that wall is done in shiplap, and the inside of my pantry is done with the shiplap. And I feel like that black just really makes it the details in the paper pop really well. So I'm doing both windows, and instead of getting new trim for that, I just painted over the old trim that was there. And I did all the black first, that way I could cover it with the white. Some of the work that Vincent did, I wasn't able to record because I was busy doing other things. And so I didn't get everything like I wanted. Hey, there's the star of the show, Jadabug. But I ended up having to put like 3 coats of paint on, just to get everything covered. It was definitely a process. And the beam back there, it didn't really want to sand very well, so I ended up just painting over it. And I thought it would help Vincent get the trim out. That piece there took me over an hour. And he comes home and he gets all of it out in like 15-20 minutes. And I asked me, what tools did you use? I said, a screwdriver, a hammer, and a butter knife. And he said, well, why didn't you just get a crowbar? Well, gee, I just didn't know. And so now he's starting to lay the floor. And it's a really nice tile floor. It's peel and stick tile. It has like a brown and a gray and a real light black in it. And it just goes really well with everything. And he really worked his little butt off too to make sure that we got everything done by Saturday. He finished up the flooring. This is like Thursday night. So he came home from work Friday and got the rest of the flooring in. And then first thing Saturday morning, we get up and we start working in here. And he starts hanging the pipes back up, and he gets it all straight. It took him a long time, but he finally was able to work with the curve in the wall, and he was able to get it up straight to where he felt comfortable with it. So we got the biggest part of the kitchen done. We still need to do a few little details like trim along the floor and trim along the doorway. But this is the new floor. I love it. Makes my little kitchen feel so much bigger. All my dishes and appliances are put back. Everything is put back where it goes. There's a few little things that I still want to do. We need to get a pantry door for one thing, and a trim for that door, and then trim for the floor. But other than that, it's all the hard stuff is done. So this beam didn't sand very well. So I just painted it white, and I put this contact paper on it and hung my little whatnots back up. I don't think this will be permanent. I'm eventually going to change it out when I figure out something better to do with it. But for now, it kind of goes with the rest of the kitchen. This is a little spice cabinet. It was a bathroom cabinet, actually, and I just took the doors off and painted it. It's called like chili red or something. And I'm going to take the same contact paper and I'm going to put it in the back of the cabinet, and then do that shelf in the same paper. And I think that'll bring the two patterns together. So then it's not just, just the beam. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on our next remodeling video.
It's gonna be hot.
It's gonna be epic.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a lot of work. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.